I'm like, you know, like just see what I'm doing. This thing, flippy do, tip, like pin it, whatever.
Oh boy, what have we here? Asher Mandino, first snow of the year, buddy. How cool is this? Mama's out here getting to it with a snowman, getting to her. Cool. He doesn't want to be thrown a snowball at.
Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I have a new brow trick, okay? I know I've been trying out some different things, and I did try out the Mad Love brow stamp and I love it, but I haven't been using the stencil. So I'm gonna fill you in on what I've been doing and how to get this like ombre effect to your brows. Like I just think it's so pretty how like it fades in the front. So let me show you what I've been doing. Okay, so you guys know that I had ordered the Mad Love Brow like stamp stencil kit. If you haven't watched that video, you can go check out that one. But, so I was getting low, okay? This is how this new way that I've been doing my brows that I'm like really digging. This is how this all came about, okay? I was actually getting low on the product. As you can see, it's like getting down to like, you can see the metal in the very middle. So I'm like, oh, I should probably order another one, but I'll just like, one day I was trying to be quick and I'm like, oh, I'll just take my like flat angled brush here. It's a very tiny one, and I was like, okay, I'll just take, you know, a little bit of this product and like put it on there. And I actually really liked like how easily it glided on there. So the Mad Love, like this actual product that's in the cap of the stamp, okay, like just the product, and using my flat angled brush here, this is how I've been doing my brows lately, and I'm like really freaking digging it. I just really feel like it allows me to manipulate the product like in the front of the brow really nicely so that I can get that ombre effect, because y'all know, like I've already said, I love the whole like brushed up brow trend and everything, but my brows don't go up. So still haven't found anything to make them go up. So I'm actually going to show you how I get the ombre effect to my brows with this baby right here. Just the product in the cap and this little brush. Maybe some concealer to clean up. But other than that, here we go, okay? First and foremost, I brush over my brow just to try to get some of the makeup off. I'm gonna have to pin my bangs back because they ain't gonna do me right here. Okay, so brush over the brow. I like to apply my base makeup before I do my brows, so obviously my brows get kind of coated in like foundation, powder, all that fun stuff. And yes, I do like already have my eye makeup done. I just wanted to show you guys my new little brow trick. So brushing over them, getting them kind of just like in place where I want them, everything like that. I feel like I see a hair that's like bugging me. Get out of there. Get out of there. Where are all of these hairs coming from? Okay, we're back. We had to tweeze a couple hairs that were out of place. Okay, so taking the product and the cap of the Mad Love brow stamp, this actually is the color brunette. I like my brows to more so match like kind of my root area as opposed to all of the light on the ends. Like I ain't gonna be doing no pink brows, but I like my brows to match my root area. So I just take my brush and I literally just very lightly rub it onto the product. And then I just make sure, like I have like a little paper towel or like a, you know, towel on my vanity here, and I will just kind of like wipe off each side just to make sure it's not like caked on there or anything with the product. And then what I do, I start right where my brow starts here, and I kind of will start pulling it forward, and then I kind of follow the natural arch of my brow here. And I've started not like pulling it down as far, but I try to go more like out than down, just for more of a like lifted look. We ain't getting no younger, okay? So then I get a little bit more product on there, and then I'm actually gonna start and come over here. I like to work back and forth on my brows so that I can kind of like get them even. Your brows are never gonna be perfectly even. They are sisters, they're not twins, okay? So don't stress yourself out. Okay, same thing, work in the front, pull it forward just a little bit. And anywhere that you like mess up or like it's not perfectly straight or anything like that, you can fix it with concealer. So Don't stress. Okay, so then I pull the tail out just a little bit. Remember, more out than down. So I like the tail of my brows to come to a really like fine point. I don't know why, that's just my personal preference. You might have a different preference, but that's kind of how I start out and do just that like bottom line of my brow, okay? Like I feel like that already gives me an eye lift. Facelift, eye lift, whatever you wanna call it. Okay, so then I get some more product. Wipe each side, make sure that product is not gunked up. And then I start farther back on the top, okay? This is gonna help aid you in making that front of your brow really light and airy and not like closing it off too much, okay? So we'll start a little bit farther back here. And I'm following pretty much the natural shape of my brow, but I like to bring up the arch just a little bit. So as you can see, I'm going outside the line there. And then once I get that arch where I want it, then I just kind of bring this down to close up the tail. So there's the shape right there. And as you can see, this one starts farther back here, whereas this one starts farther up here, okay? Okay, so same thing over here, starting farther back. Like the less I can like pick my brush up, and because I feel like if I'm constantly like doing tiny little strokes, then it looks more like you get a less smooth appearance to it, and I feel like it's harder to smooth that out. So I try to keep my brush on there and try to just keep a fluid motion if I can. And then in front here, like I'll wipe some of the product off of my brush when I'm working up front here to pull this forward, because I want it to get lighter as it comes up here. So there's the shape I got, okay? I feel like one is more arched than the other, but it's fine. They'll just be the Twisted Sisters today. It's fine, we have like a blizzard going on outside. I'm going a little stir crazy. Okay, so when I start filling in here, I start at the tail, because you want the tail of your brows to be the darkest area, and then you work forward for that ombre effect. So you concentrate all of the product at the tail, and then you just start working it up so that it gets lighter and lighter as it goes. Okay, I still haven't grabbed any more product. I'm still just working with what's on my brush and what I'm putting on there, okay? So I'm actually not even gonna finish the front here just yet, okay? I wanna go ahead and fill this part of my brow in too. Okay, so same thing here, concentrating the product at the tail end and just working it all forward. Okay, now that I have very little product on my brush, I'm just like so lightly just feathering it forward. Like I'm barely touching. And then I'll even turn my brush so that it's like straight up and down. But you can see how it starts getting airier towards the front when doing this. So the front is what's gonna take you like, the front is what's most tedious, because I mean, I don't know, if you're OCD like me, like I'm very picky about the front of my brows. Okay, so same thing, I'm gonna come over here and all I'm gonna do is grab some of the product that's back here, because the product, the Mad Love Brow Stamp product, it does take just a little bit to dry, which is kind of nice because then it makes it so that it's workable for a little bit while you're, you know, trying to get your brows perfected. I mean, yes, I like the stamp, okay? Don't get me wrong, I do like the stamp, but I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like I can just tweak it a little bit more to my preference by freehanding it like this, but I really like how the actual product like glides on there and makes it easy to blend and get this really nice ombre effect in the front. Okay, turning it straight up and down. I'm like using my face and my pinky to balance my hand. If you don't have steady hands, like, gotta figure out how to study them babies. Then once you get this kind of feathered how you like it, then I like to grab just a regular old spoolie like I used to like brush my brows in the beginning. And I will take this and I'll just like, so like right down here, I feel like I don't like how like, I don't know. I have a hard time describing what it is I don't like because it's probably fine. But it's just me being picky. But anyways, any harsh lines or anything like that, like I will use my spoolie to soften it and like the front here. But you have to be really, really careful. Be really light-handed when doing this because it's really easy to like wipe off too much product. And sometimes you do that and that's okay. You can always add more. And if you don't like how it's like fading, you can kind of like grab your brush with the like leftover product on it. It is literally just a process. Okay, then I come back over here, brush the front of this one. To get that faded look in the front, I kind of just do like, I go with the shape of the brow and I just like, I literally flick at it because I don't like to brush over the whole thing. I literally just like flick at the front of it. Oh my God. Hearing myself try to put this into words. This is why I don't like do more hair tutorials and more like eyeshadow tutorials because I am just terrible at explaining what I'm doing. I'm like, you know, like just see what I'm doing. This thing, flippy do, tip, like pin it, whatever.
Interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
Oh yeah, we're getting some shots today, guys. Another quick reminder about the mystery cash going in every order off the website through the month of January. So please, if you're on the fence about getting something or not, let us help you pay for that item. With the shop, we'll send you a little thank you card with some mystery cash. Might be $1, might be $5, might be $20. Who knows? But anyways, we do really appreciate you guys and all the support. We are out cruising again today. We'll show you guys a couple little shots here and then we'll quickly get back to the video. But thank you again, everybody. We love you.
So see how like nice and airy that is in the front? Like I just think that's like super pretty. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But okay, so then what I'm gonna do, just to show you like in case you like mess up, anything like that, or you just wanna like clean up in general, I will take my concealer here. I put it right on my hand. This concealer that I'm using, this is the Pharmacy concealer and it's in the shade Light Ivory or Ivory. I don't know. This is in the shade 01, which I believe is Ivory. So then this is a different flat angled brush here. Both of these flat angled brushes, they're from different sets, but I did find both of these sets on Amazon. So what you can do, depending on which way you're working, like I always like to make sure that the angle is gonna like go with the brow. So look at that before you decide what side you're gonna put your concealer on, okay? So since I'm gonna work on this one first, I want the angle, I want to work this way with it. So I'm going to put the concealer on the underside, okay? And then you can literally just start like outlining this to clean this up. And it's going to look crazy at first. Just like that, okay? And then I wipe some of the product off and then I just start like blending it down until you can't see a line anymore. So see, it just makes a nice like crisp line underneath. So same thing over here, but I'm gonna make sure that the angle is this way now, the long side on here. So I'm working with it and it'll just be kind of flowing with the brow shape. I am so good at explaining things. You guys are probably like, what the hell? Oh my gosh. Okay, so same thing, clean up, just edge it out. Wipe the product off and then you just start kind of feathering it in. So I'm like touching on the concealer part with the brush and pulling down, but I'm like pulling it out at the same time. And it kind of gives your brow bone like a highlight too. So there's my new trick for my brows. What do we think? I don't know. Yes? Yay? Nay? Compared to like with the brow stamp, like, I mean, the brow stamp does a really good job, but I just feel like I like to have control of when I'm like, where I'm applying, like the arch, everything like that. I don't know. So there you have it. That's what I've been doing for, you know, my new little brow trick. And I really do feel like they stay throughout the day really well, because once it like dries and sets, like I don't really have any issues with it like smearing or rubbing off or anything like that. I do spray like setting spray, but other than that, I just use the brow stamp like product in the cap and my brush and good to go. But if you have any questions, you guys, or anything like that, definitely just drop a comment down below and I'd be happy to chat with you. Otherwise, don't forget, you guys, hit that subscribe button before you leave and let me know if there's some other stuff that you guys are wanting reviews on or you want how-tos on, because we got lots coming. So we'll see you next video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.